absolute certainty
To come
on
and be
how
the
you go
live
from
studio
hello
audience?
to yes on what you're looking for.
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked? Rita, I do think that worked. And of course it worked on AJ Donaldson's Heart of Influence here today.
Whoa.
Are you ready?
I am ready, but I'm hearing a double voice of yours, and I'm definitely not ready for 2 of you.
Yes, AI Sean Bot, more to come on that. It's replacing me in all communications with Bella going forward. But Bella Rita, who's here on AJ's Heart of Influence on this Mastery Monday?
On AJ's leader in South Florida,
yes.
Heart of Influence. First up from Miami.
Wait, is it only leaders from South Florida?
It's only leaders, because AJ only hangs out with leaders,
Yes,
Sean.
so we're going to make sure that any non-leaders...
Yeah, they're out of here.
Right,
but they're not even hanging out with AJ. So first up, from Miami, Florida, experiencing spanning financial, marketing, branding, and real estate industries, a beacon of expertise in navigating dynamic landscapes of commerce, 20 plus years in guiding businesses towards unprecedented growth, prosperity tailored to each client's unique needs, forging alliances with industry giants or nurturing budding enterprises, focusing on integrity and transparency, a mentor and a pillar in the community. Let's welcome to the show, Eshe Moncrieffe.
Is it pronounced Eshe?
It's Eshe.
Eshe. Eshe, welcome to AJ Donaldson's Heart of Influence. Eshe, and please, your fun fact, what is that? Plato, the Greek philosopher, said, play a game with me for an hour, and we will learn more about each other than if we speak for years. So, Eshe, Bella's going to be anybody you want her to be. She could be, in fact, somebody in the role play.
Want a fun fact.
We want a fun fact first. Yes. I was playing the wrong brain file.
Yeah.
So your fun fact is an adventurous moment, a proud moment, a surprising moment, anything, Eshe, that would make us say, Eshe,
no way.
Please.
My fun fact would be that I'm deathly afraid of sharks, and I used to be a professional swimmer. I competed all throughout the Caribbean, America, back in the day when I was much younger. And one of the things that propelled me to win was imagining that a shark was chasing me, to the point I'd actually believe it. And as soon as I hit the wall, I'd fly out the water, because I really thought, I convinced myself that it sounds dumb, but it worked. And it just shows me the power of your mind. Like, you have to be careful. So that's my fun fact.
Wow.
Actually, that's super cool. And where was your favorite place you ever competed in the Caribbean?
Cayman Islands.
Cayman Islands. Yes, Eshe, more to come on that for sure. Yes.
Lots to come on that.
7 Mile Beach, of course, all the most beautiful and spectacular things. Eshe is here. Bella, where are we going?
Next up, Miramar, Florida, a single mother of two running her own law firm for the past 4 years, practicing 8 years total, focusing on personal injury, association, and business law, dreaming of being an attorney since 7 years old, passionate about justice, serving educational people, volunteering for numerous nonprofits, growing both her practice and her community involvement and impact. Let's welcome to the show, Mariel Tollinchi. Mariel Tollinchi.
Mariel, is that the pronunciation?
Yes, that's perfect. Yes, thank you for having
me. Yeah, thank you, Mariel. Thank you so much for being here. And please, a fun fact about you to make us say, Mariel, no way.
Okay. I lived in Germany for about 4 years when I was 12. So,
whoa. No way.
Yeah. And while I was there, I traveled throughout Europe performing with 2 bands. So I was singing with 2.
You were 12 years old performing in a band touring Europe?
2 bands. One was 14 German and musicians, Latin music, and one was 7 Puerto. And
Mariel, I mean, super cool fun facts. AJ's got people getting chased by sharks and touring Europe as rock stars. A lot's happening, Bella.
That is happening.
We only have 2 folks here. Who else is here?
Next up, from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, began management consulting in 2018, working with businesses ranging from 10 million to 150 million, provides organizations with analysts, strategic planning, and execution to accomplish short and long-term goals. 60 years of combined experience growing 100 different businesses over the last 4 years. Ron's been busy. Let's welcome to the show, Ron Crudo.
Ron, you're a busy man making magic happen. And please, a fun fact, Ron.
So I don't remember if I showed this on the last show or not, but I actually, on my last day in Los Angeles, won a car on The Price is Right. And that was one of my...
Whoa.
I do remember that. That is absolutely extraordinary. And I asked you this before, and I forgot. Which game did you play, Ron?
I had to play the Pathfinder game where you like move around a Sudoku board almost and try to guess the price of the car.
Nice. And you won.
I did. It was pretty wild. My wife or fiance at the time was in the audience and she practically fainted. It was pretty awesome.
That is super fun.
Come on down, Ron.
Come on down.
Let's go. Ron, are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. It's game time.
He's won his showcase and all the things. Let's go.
Let's go. Next up from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, a credit card processor for 2 years before starting his own company, consistently doubling the industry standard of closed accounts, setting records, and joining the 4-leaf Clover Club within 6 months, named Rookie of the Month for the first 3 months, ranked them on the top 3 fastest growing reps in 2022, and ventured out on his own to provide clients with better rates and superior service. Let's welcome to the show, Lorenzo Simpson.
Lorenzo, welcome to AJ Donaldson's South Florida Leaders Heart of Influence. And please, Lorenzo, very welcome. Your fun fact.
Continuing in the water theme, I'm actually an avid scuba diver. I've been diving since I was 18.
Good for you, dude. And where is your favorite place you've ever gone scuba diving, Lorenzo?
I forget which part of Mexico, but there's a part in Mexico and they have like this underwater kind of like park. And there is like this really strong stream that just takes you from one end of the park all the way to the other. And you just fold your arms and fold your legs and you let the water take you all throughout. It's like the coolest thing I've ever done.
Ooh, so are you being chased by sharks too?
I'm not, but I'm on the constant lookout for them. So I get it.
All right, let's go, brother. Welcome to the party. We got scuba divers. We got swimmers. We got all kinds of cool people, pop stars touring Europe. Let's go.
Let's go. Next up from Tampa, Florida, 10 years in small business consulting, accounting, payroll, bookkeeping, offering insurance as a licensed agent as well. After building a 7-figure company using business cards, began offering guidance to owners to utilize credit reporting and analytics. Will show at least 1 million business owners how to use their business credit to strengthen, sustain, and soar beyond. Let's welcome to the show, Rakai Prestige.
And it's Rakai?
Rakai.
Rakai. Rakai. I appreciate
Yeah.
that. And Rakai, what is your fun fact?
Well, my fun fact is, in the spirit of water, I am currently in Jamaica on vacation.
Wow.
And AJ asked to show up, and I said, absolutely, I'll be here virtually. And my son is a trained chef here on the island, and he just welcomed his first baby. So I'm a new grandma.
Oh,
Well,
congratulations.
Yeah, so that's my fun
Glamour.
fact.
Boy,
Yeah, glamour.
girl, what do we have?
Girl,
Glamour.
her name is Nora.
Oh, well, what? And Nora?
Laura Rakai, yes.
Oh, Laura,
That's
I'm
her
sorry.
name.
Laura. Yes, welcome. Congratulations. And shall we do the things? Are you ready? Okay?
Yes.
Let's go.
All right, last but not least, the one putting this all together from Miami, Florida. Excellent academically with a 4.0 GPA, 1400 SAT score, athletically as a captain of the football team, all while playing jazz sax and classic piano, Division I football by earning a dual engineering degree, graduating with a cool $60,000 in debt despite having a full scholarship, 20 years tutoring thousands of students with a 93+% success rate, turning $20,000 in credit card debt into a $1 million business, started a foundation that now has impacted 800 plus students and given more than $500,000 in scholarships and programming. Let's welcome to the show, Mr. AJ Donaldson.
AJ, thank you, brother, for doing everything you do. AJ Donaldson, welcome to your Heart of Influence. And thank you, AJ, for everything that you bring to the party, everything that you do. And please, brother, what is your fun fact?
Thank you, brother. I appreciate this opportunity. Always appreciate this platform that you've created. Worked so hard, worked so diligently to give us this opportunity to be able to bring such incredible people together. This is definitely a group of epic impactors, people who actually believe in growing their business while also sustaining nonprofit organization, community-based organizations. Love you all. Thank you for being here. My fun fact, well, first of all, half of the people who are on this call are Jamaican. I just want to say that. There are 2 of you who are probably resident. We've adopted you as Jumaicans. It's a whole different conversation. And last but not least, my fun fact for today is that I was honored to be the commencement speaker at a graduation this past Saturday, to which I was so moved by some of the testimonies from the kids at this particular school in Liberty City, a very, very low income neighborhood. Many people who are from South Florida know Liberty City. And I was able to give away 14 scholarships on the spot that night.
Awesome, brother. Wow. AJ Donaldson, love you and appreciate you, brother. Impact Heart Center player. Thank you, AJ. And shall we do the things?
Let's go.
I'm going to introduce our other co-host. This woman started selling crafts on her front lawn as an 8-year-old, beginning her journey in the space of influence. By the age of 19, she was a 7-figure business generator in the space of network marketing. At the age of 24, she began a 3-peating journey like Michael Jordan, except not in basketball, but instead as the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada. 24 years old, she was not only the first woman to ever be the #1 business broker in Nevada, but she was also the youngest person, male or female. And then she did it 2 more years in a row. She began to train Fortune 500 companies and entrepreneurs. In fact, in 2019, every sales team this woman worked with doubled their sales. Skier, surfer, scuba diver, adventurer in the most extreme of conditions. She may have learned it on YouTube, or she may have learned it from a blind man live. Philanthropist raising millions of dollars in Unblinded team, published author, and in 2023, publicly, heart-centeredly, courageously, and vulnerably, and of course, inspirationally, battled and defeated cancer. The woman, in her more than 800th episode of The Heart of Influence that put the heart in it, let's welcome to her show, Bella Burrita. Bella, welcome to your show.
Why, thank you.
AJ Donaldson made this happen.
He did make it happen, always does, with incredible people. And my fun fact is, yes, I did in fact learn to scuba dive from a blind man, in which when I went to go do my open water dive in Grand Cayman, I nearly drowned to death. And I might not have been sitting here, but I did make it, and I survived, and here I am today. And since we have your father in studio,
yes,
I'm like the great granddaughter of like the scuba diving legacy or something, right? Or the granddaughter of the legacy.
Yes,
Is that
exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
So my dad to me to you.
Yes.
Yes, that's true. And so we went right from the airplane to the dive boat, a thing my dad doesn't like to do. And Bella was eating a cheeseburger on the way because I had food ready to go. The cheeseburger wasn't working for her though, as she was dropping down for her first dive minutes after eating her cheeseburger.
And it felt like my chest was on fire. And yeah, it did not work out that well. So I had to come back the next day.
But it got a lot better from there.
Yes, it
so,
did.
All right, let's go.
Let's do the things. But I'll introduce my co-host, the man that Tony Robbins said, there's no one who leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callagy. He beats world champions like Becky at body surfing competitions. He's only one of 2 attorneys to win 2 top 100 national jury verdicts between 2014 and 2016, and the only one that was blind out of 1.2 million attorneys. And in fact, the state of New Jersey thought he was so influential that they actually named him one of New Jersey's most influential attorneys. He has spoken on stages such as Disney, T-Mobile, Salesforce, Tony Robbins 18 times. And when he's not speaking on impactful stages like that, he's an incredible philanthropist that in the last 2 years has raised nearly $10 million through sustainable giving for charities. Let's welcome to the show, Mr. Sean Callagy.
Thank you. Wow. And the crowd goes wild. Thank you. Thank you, Bella Burrita. First of all, thank you, AJ Donaldson, for causing this. And thank you, everybody, for being here today. International show, even coming from Jamaica.
I'm from Jamaica.
Guests. So my fun fact is, yes, I'm a blind man that has taught sighted people, including Bella Burrita, to ski, surf, and scuba dive. But yes, my dad is in studio today. And the fun fact is 41 years ago, and I think I'm only 42.
Wow.
I first began my scuba diving journey with my dad in Barbados, where my dad believes he invented, don't know that he did, but believes that he invented destination weddings. So 41 years ago, yes, that is my fun fact for today, Bella Burrita. And who is going first?
Let's kick this off with Eshe.
Eshe, here's what's happening. Bella is going to be anybody you want her to be, because what we're exploring is the superpower of causing yes, but not pitching, hooking, closing, Boiler Room meets Wolf of Wall Street tactics. No, but instead, what does it look like when heart-centered, integrous people come together and yes should be caused? Same side of the table, not opposite side. So to illustrate this, again, Bella could be an ideal fundraising partner, Eshe. She could be an ideal client. Heck, she could be somebody famous like Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jordan, whomever. But whatever would be a valuable yes to you, and it doesn't have to be the ultimate yes. It could just be a yes to have a longer conversation about it in the 3 minutes. So Eshe, who would you like Bella Burrita to be?
I would like her to be the CEO of a big 4 company, I guess.
Ooh, like PwC, like one of those? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you're CEO of Deloitte or KPMG or PwC, whatever you want.
PwC.
Yeah. Deloitte.
I'm just the boss.
You're the boss of the giant
Be
accounting.
on your way. Be on your way. You're dismissed.
Thank you.
You're dismissed. Hello, President Bella here.
Hi, Bella. Nice. This is Eshe calling from Now CFO. How are you?
I'm doing good. What was this regarding?
So I had recently connected with you via LinkedIn through an introduction from AJ Donaldson. Do you remember him?
Oh, yes. He's an extraordinary young man.
Yes, he is. He's actually spoke really highly of you. And that's one of the reasons why he connected, because I think based on our industries, there are a ton of ways that we could potentially work together. But I really wanted to take the opportunity to get to know you a little bit, hear a little bit more about you, who you are. And he also expressed that you were having an issue right now because your current CFO was, heading out and you were in a tight space needing to fill that position really quickly. And that is one of the things that our company does. So do you have time right now for a quick 15-minute call?
Well, not at the moment, because I've got some other things, but I've got a couple of minutes right now. Why don't you kind of tell me how your services work? Because I've got a lot of people, obviously trying to fill this role for us. And why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and why you think I should give you that 15-minute meeting?
No, that sounds great. So how have you been trying to fill this role right now?
Well, we've spoken to a couple of different recruiters. It's been on the table only for a couple of days. So we're interviewing different recruiters right now.
I can only imagine that's actually hard because losing a CFO with a company your size, it's going to be pretty stressful. There are a lot of moving parts. So I don't know how much you know about Now CFO, but what we do is fractional outsourced financial and accounting services, meaning we're able to fill that role pretty immediately with a short-term prospect for you. All of our consultants are actually high-level experts in the field. They have a minimum of 10 years experience. They've worked for companies like Louis Vuitton, Benihana, to name a few. So they're extremely experienced. So when you go on these job sites, typically a lot of times you really don't know the quality of the person that's filling that role. Yes, you can get a resume. A lot of times they're out of school. But what if I told you that instead of right now, I know you have to fill it in such a short period, we're able to place someone in your company. You can, and they'll be able to fill all those gaps, get everything up to date, and pretty much transition with that current CFO so that they can work side by side and be able to, work on month-end closings and things like that, all at an hourly rate. So
that sounds like that could be something that would be super helpful. Eshe, thank you. And let's definitely schedule that longer meeting so I can find out a little bit more information.
Okay, perfect. I also wanted to tell you, once we get that transition done, we can take care of a permanent placement for you. And that would be a great solution for your business. And I'm sure you'll be happy with us. Are you trying to cut me off right now? Is my time done?
That's yes, but absolutely
Okay.
Phenomenal job. That was great.
Actually, are we talking permanent placement like institutionally or no?
No, but I've got a permanent replacement coming for you.
That's perfect. Eshe, great job. We'll get to the feedbackers in a moment. And Bella, who's up?
Next up, we have Mariel.
Mariel,
Right here.
who would you like Bella Varita to be that you're going from hello to yes with?
Okay. I'd like Bella to be the wife of a critically ill man, her husband, got into a car by a truck and is called me. Heard about me from a friend and is claiming called me. So she's considering.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just missed one word cut out. So we heard the truck, critically ill man, Bella's the wife. And what was the distinction though of the truck and the part? So what is I missed that one piece.
That's okay. She's calling me. A friend referred her to me. So she's looking for counsel. Her friend referred her to me.
Oh, it was a truck accident.
A truck accident.
I missed that. Yep. Okay.
And I'm the wife, right?
Yeah, you're the
Okay.
wife. That's a personal injury case. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, personal injury. Okay, got it. Hello, this is Bella.
Hi, Bella. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, Bella. This is attorney Mariel Tollinchi. Thank you so much for giving me a call. How are you?
I'm doing okay. It's day by day, some days are better than others.
I absolutely understand. Very difficult times, so I truly appreciate your time in giving me a call during these times, but it is really important for you to seek support during this time. So first off, let me ask you, do you have support from family surrounding you at this time?
I do. I have a phenomenal family, and they've been here, and it's been hard, but yeah.
Okay, good. I like to make sure. I know that you were referred to by your friend David. I really appreciate him for thinking of me, but it's surely for a reason. I like to work with my clients. I like to be there for my clients, not just from a legal aspect, but in any way that I'm able to assist, especially during these times. What your husband just endured with this trucking accident is outrageous. It's sad, to say the least. And so you need as much support as possible during these times. So I like to extend that level of service to my clients. Have you discussed representation during this time with any other attorney?
We kind of approached it, but I wasn't ready to have the conversation yet. So it's just kind of been those slow baby steps.
Okay. And I understand no one really wants to deal with this type of conversation when your husband is in critical state, but also such the perfect time to reach out to legal counsel, to have someone speak on your behalf and on your husband's behalf, right? And his are not violated. Now I keep referencing your rights because as his wife, you have rights as well. You're
I didn't even think of that.
Absolutely. You're impacted by this loss. He's not gone, but it's still the loss of companionship, still the loss of a lot that your husband contributed to the household. Most of which most attorneys just kind of glaze over. They just kind of glaze over that. I don't. Like I said, I like to build a rapport with my clients. I like to ensure that they are mentally, physically, and emotionally well taken care of. Having family around them as support, and the legal aspect we take care of as well. So I'd like to ensure our clients that we're not just looking into that aspect, but that we are looking into all avenues to ensure that whomever is responsible for this is paying for it. And literally, I'm a civil attorney, so we seek compensation, so it's money for the loss. I wish I could do much more than that, but I surely take advantage of the fact that this is what I can do and I maximize on that value. So I hope that if this is not a good time to continue our conversation on representation, that you'd allow me the opportunity to have you join our firm at a later call.
Beautiful. Well, Mariel, thank you so much. This call felt amazing, and I look forward to having another conversation. What to do next? They were fabulous. AJ doesn't mess around.
Yeah, Mariel dropping in, Eshe as well. And we get to the feedbackers now. Belverita, please.
So next up, we got the judges. Judges, this is the time in the show that we get to give back in the form of feedback. And so it's going to be 30 seconds of feedback for either Mariel or Eshe, something that they did great, then something that they could do to improve, and then a little scoring system. And because I'm dyslexic, I do things backwards. So A is you'd rather go to the dentist and have a root canal than have to have a longer conversation with Mariel or Eshe. I think they were both pretty great, so I don't think anybody's even to get a root canal today. B is you would invite them to Starbucks to have like a nice mocha chocolate over a cup of joe to have a little bit longer of a conversation. C is you would invite them to like Capitol Grill, get a private room with the seafood tower and the nice juicy steak, and of course dessert, because you want to spend as much time as possible with them and have a longer conversation. So that would be C. And D is you would rent a private jet, of course, stop and pick up AJ Donaldson and fly anywhere in the world just to have a longer meeting with Mariel or Eshe. So let's kick it off with Ron. Ron, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Mariel?
I thought Mariel did an awesome job. She was very empathetic to the situation. She was very considerate to what was going on. And that's the real meaning behind the heart of influence. I think it's not just selling. It's about explaining how you go above and beyond for your clients and how you put your extra effort in there. Also, I think the tone was perfect for the situation. I think sometimes we get lost in the pitch and we forget the situation and the scenario. And I think your tone was beautifully done. I would absolutely throw out a D. If I was ever in a trucking situation, I'll give you a call, Mariel.
Wow. You're talking private jet. And where would the private jet go, Ron?
Our private jet is going to the Jamaica, man. We're trying to hang out with Raquel.
Let's go. Hang out with Raquel, the home of Usain Bolt, and also, of course, the Ian Fleming origin of James Bond. Going from there. Thank you for that, Ron. Bella.
Thank you for that, Ron. And let's go. Raquel, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Eshe?
Eshe, oh my goodness. I enjoyed your presentation, your pitch. You took some time to actually showcase who you work with. So you kind of gave us a little bit about your resume, the organization. I knew we were going pretty quickly, but you were structured. I like your flow. I like your organizational thought, how you were trying to go through the explanation seamlessly. I would give you a D. A D.
And where's the private jets flying everywhere?
Listen,
where's the
she
private
said
jet?
Cayman, so I would take her back to her favorite place. Where
Let's
she's
go,
from.
Cayman.
Yeah,
Let's go. Cayman.
Let's go,
Let's
Cayman.
go, Cayman. We got the South. We got the South Sound, little Rackhams for dinner, followed like for lunch maybe, and then the 7 restaurant at the Ritz for dinner. I've never been there, but who knows? I'm kidding. I have. So of course, Raquel, awesome job. Private jets flying. Bella, who next?
Let's go, Lorenzo. Lorenzo, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Mariel?
Okay. I thought Mariel did a really great job. The first thing that I noticed was her level of empathy, and how she, separated herself from other lawyers, and, the way that, she really, appealed to the emotion that the wife was going through. Honestly, hard for me to think about what could have gone better there. Obviously, she had more time. She could have gotten to the real meat and potatoes, but she really hit it off the top, and I thought that was amazing.
So, well, thank you for that, Lorenzo. And is it like a cup of coffee, a seafood tower, a PJ, or the dentist?
I would definitely say D. She did a great job.
Wow. And where's it flying?
Just to mix it up, Germany.
Ooh, that's an expensive private jet ride.
That's
going across the pond. All right. Thank you for that, Lorenzo. Bella's picking up that tab, and let's go.
Picking up that. I think AJ's picking up that tab. AJ, last but not least, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Eshe?
Wow. So first and foremost, I did do a great job bringing these incredible people on the show, because y'all.
Yes.
Heck yeah, brother.
Thank you, brother. You did a phenomenal job. This is not easy to be on a spot. Obviously, Eshe going first. Sis, I told you this. I've seen you do incredible things already. I said, once you capture this formula, you would be dangerous. You would be weaponized. You're already dangerous, but this formula would absolutely weaponize you. You've got all the pieces, being considerate of their time, the question mastery, the validation. I'm so excited that you're here. Very excited. And because of Bella's dyslexia and turning everything backwards, but I am an engineer turned educator turned entrepreneur, I'm completely confused, but I'm going to go with a D- to upgrade it just slightly. I don't know what else we can add onto the private jet.
Oh my God. That is amazing. And where's the PJ going, AJ?
Where's the PJ going?
Where's the private jet flying to?
Bro, I'm thinking Grand Caymans again. Let's go to Grand Caymans again.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's hit
that.
that.
Jamaica and go pick up a Raquel first of all.
Yeah, that's true, because half the people I meet in the Caymans are from Jamaica at this point. That is the absolute truth. So amazing. I'll be fun footnote going to the Grand Cayman for the 30th time in my life in July with a whole bunch of amazing entrepreneurs, AJ and company, everyone. All right. So AJ, you know what time it is. Just remember, you're my friend, not her friend. You're my friend, not her friend. My friend, not her friend.
I already know that. I don't even know why you're trying to do this, because I already know where AJ lies.
Okay.
So you're just wasting your breath. AJ, everyone, this is the time of the show that I have the honor and privilege of putting my co-host on the hot seat in a scenario that he has no idea about, because you may have noticed I've been cooking some things up over here. So I've been writing some things down. AJ, of course, you get to choose what scenario that Sean goes from hello to yes on. You can change anything about the scenarios, or you can come up with something much, much harder on your own. Are you ready to hear what I have for today?
Absolutely. I'm excited. Go for it.
All right. So option number one is I was doing, since we're a Jamaican favored show today, I was doing a little Jamaican research, and I did learn that Senator Dr. Sapphire Longmore is very passionate about mental health in Jamaica and calling for compassion of the Jamaican people. And I did also read that Trisha Bailey is considered to be the richest Jamaican born woman. And so I thought Sean could go from hello, could be Dr. Sapphire going from hello to yes with Trisha to get $1 million donation to fund a mental health institution in Jamaica. And I thought, since Sean is mentally health challenged, this would be a good scenario. So that is option number one. Option number two is I thought, politicians, they're always breaking their promises and they need some coaching. So I thought option number two is Sean could play himself, going from hello to yes with the politician on why it's important for them to keep their word when running for office. So that is option number two, since we're like coming up on political season. And then option number three is I was learning that Richland Hospital is looking for a CFO. And so option number three is Sean would role play Eshe, going from hello to yes with the CEO of Richland Hospital on fulfilling their CFO position. So AJ, those are the three options I have for you today. Do any of those tickle your fancy, or you got something much harder you're thinking?
No, all of those were incredible, Bella. Absolutely, absolute great job with the research on Jamaica. That was really good. And a part of me wants to see Ron play a politician, honest politician. But I'm gonna let him off the hook because you had such good ideas. I'm gonna leave it up to Eshe, because Eshe, rock with me here. What I was thinking was that you play Trisha, right? And you can channel that cantankerous Jamaican, right? Our native tongue of how we are. Right? If you can channel that and actually get that $1 million coming back to Jamaica. How do you feel about that? Or do you like the other one regarding the CEO position?
I actually want to hear him with the CFO position, if I'm being honest, only because this is my day-to-day. I'd love to hear his spin on everything.
Go. Absolutely. I love it. Who's he going to role play with?
Who would you like for him to role play with?
Ron, I was asking you earlier. Ron, are you up for it?
I'm up for it. Let's play the game.
So Sean's going to play Eshe, and Ron is going to play the CFO of Richland Hospital.
All right. And we'll go, you're Mr. Jones. All right, Ron?
All right.
Hi, is Mr. Jones available? It's Eshe.
Yes. Hi. How's it going, Eshe?
Hey, it's going great, Mr. Jones. I'm sorry to interrupt. We had a 3-minute call scheduled for today. It's still a good time for you.
Yes, I actually, unfortunately, have to run out to a board meeting in a little bit, but I can do a quick conversation.
Awesome. Is it still a convenient time? Because I don't want to take your time at a bad time.
No. Now is still good a time. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Yeah. And if I could ask Mr. Jones, I know you have a lot of opportunity to speak to a lot of people. Obviously, I know you're looking for CFO, but what prompted you to accept this conversation with me? I'm very grateful for it, but why me and why this conversation right now?
I've been through a lot of different calls, and I had a close friend make the recommendation and said, if I'm going to be looking for a CFO, I should have this conversation with you. And I respect them enough to take the call. And I did look you up. I did my own homework, because I usually do. And I found that you did have some decent experience. So I thought it wouldn't hurt to connect.
Mr. Jones, decent? Come on, Mr. Jones. Having a little fun with that. But no, seriously, Mr. Jones, what is it that you're looking for in the ultimate vision, if I could ask, for Richland overall and in this CFO role? I mean, I know what a CFO does. This is what I do. But what is it that you're looking for? And what's the critical impact this CFO could have on the mission, vision, purpose of Richland Hospital? Please, Mr. Jones.
Absolutely. For us to be effective, we have to be financially smart and forward thinking. And as the leader of this hospital, my vision is to keep growing and to ensure that we never have to close our doors to those in need. And I think if I could find a partner or CFO that is forward thinking like that, looking at our cash flow and our accounting in a way that we can continue to grow and can continue to service those in need, that would be very important to me. And I think where I've lost touch is I've met a lot of people that look at the numbers and not a lot of people that look at the purpose.
Oof. Aligned, Mr. Jones. So Mr. Jones, coming from that place of looking for purpose over numbers, or purpose and numbers, I shouldn't say over numbers, purpose and numbers, heart and math, Mr. Jones may share a couple things in our final minute that may or may not resonate with you.
Absolutely. I'd be open to hearing.
Yeah. So Mr. Jones, there is a wild place that I see hospitals and facilities at, and I have a beautiful dynamic of working with CFOs that are not accountants. So often I believe that people put CFOs in place that are really glorified bookkeepers. It's outrageous. A CFO doesn't need to get paid the type of money that a CFO gets paid to be an accountant. What they need to be is somebody who's strategically adding value, as you said, enrolled and aligned with the purpose. I've also discovered through some of my contacts and studies that in the space of healthcare, one of the most incredible things that I see Mr. Jones, CFOs, make a mistake about is getting very excited about strategic fundraising, which is really important, but literally leaving millions upon millions of dollars sitting with insurance companies. And as you may not know, through the new No Surprises Act, there's massive opportunities and possibilities that were previously that weren't there. So my simple point with all of this, Mr. Jones, is if we could sit and have a 30-minute conversation, either in person or virtually, I will lay out the 30-minute PowerPoint that I'll do at my own expense, a mind-blowing CFO criteria search, and even bring in some initial candidates to see how they fit and resonate with you. A couple of videos I'll have for you. I am certain, A, that it's going to blow your mind, and B, that nobody else in the position of providing a CFO is going to do all those things up front. So Mr. Jones, thank you for the listening. How would it resonate with you or not to have a 30-minute conversation to see if we are truly meeting your criteria of the team member, the teammate, to bring in the CFO, sir?
You know what, Eshe? I will send you a private jet. We'll pick you up and send you over to our meeting here at the hospital for that conversation.
That is outstanding. We'll be ready to go. Thank you, Mr. Jones. And shall I set up that time with your team?
That would be amazing. You can give a call over to Angela and she'll schedule you today.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jones. Ron, great job. Come back in 1 second. Eshe, how did I do as you in that conversation with the CFO of the hospital?
You did phenomenal. I actually took some notes because I like your mission, vision, purpose approach. I thought it was very unique. I haven't heard that before. And I think that that would be impactful to also, and you know, any of us can incorporate something like that when we're having a conversation. There were a lot of takeaways from me just from that little 2-second interaction. So I'm grateful for that. But I mean, it sounded similar to the conversations I have daily, especially the fact that a lot of these people are glorified bookkeepers. So hitting on that as well, I think is important because a lot of clients may not realize that and the importance behind it. So thank you. I think you did an amazing job.
Oh, thank you, Eshe. I think you did an amazing job on the show today, being in the participant seat. And without a doubt, your communication skill sets are quite masterful. So wonderful work, fully present to it. And Eshe, overall, how was your time on AJ Donaldson's Heart of Influence?
Amazing. This has been a really great experience. I love this. You guys, the approach is definitely refreshing and so needed. You know, it's a great way to connect and meet people. So thank you so much for having me on this. I'm really grateful for that.
And you're an outstanding communicator for sure. I can feel your heart, your energy, your presence, your wisdom. So thank you, Eshe, for being here and great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ron, you're very welcome. Ron, thanks for jumping into the role play seat in our fun little moment with Mr. Jones of Richland, and also for the wisdom, the energy, the presence you bring. And of course, for being from The Price is Right, wink, wink. Come on down, Ron. Ron, how'd I do as Eshe from your perspective? And how was your time on AJ Donaldson's Heart of Influence, Ron?
You rocked it, Sean. As you can imagine, you picked up on all the keywords. I think you hit home with what mattered most to me. And you did pick up on the buzz problems within the industry that I think a lot of people overlook. So I think that was very impactful in driving it forward. I was half joking, but if I actually had a hospital and a private jet, would have gladly flown you over. But also a good time. And I have to say, this is my second time on the show. I've really enjoyed it. I love the way that you break it down. I love the experience. And I thank you for having us here. And AJ, thank you for inviting me again. This has been great. To your Jamaican over here. Thank you.
Great job. Yeah, absolutely. And the communication skill sets in this show, AJ, you always bring extraordinary people together. This is the highest level of net communication skill sets you've ever put together, and one of the highest shows I've ever seen. And we've done, I've done 1,000 episodes. Bella's been on 800. We've done together, extraordinary. Raquel, thank you for your feedback today, for being present today, and the fun energy and all of it. Wonderful work. Raquel, how was your time on AJ Donaldson's Heart of Influence?
It was amazing, Sean. It's always a great opportunity to sit with like-minded people. And when the energy aligns, it's even more amazing. When AJ asked me, even though I was already on vacation, I was like, absolutely. Let me see if I can find something with, some not a bathing suit, let's just say, to be on this call. So that just shows, how he is as a person, his influence to gather people, because I don't have access to my email. I ask him to text me the link. That's how off I'm like, I'm here, I'm present. So it was an amazing experience. It was almost a year to date that I was on this show last year, 2 days shy of a year. Yeah. So that's amazing. It's always great to be in great company. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you, Raquel. Thank you for being here. And speaking of bathing suits, AJ said he was doing this one in a Speedo today. I'm not sure. I can't see.
That just got weird. That you want AJ to be in a Speedo.
I
That's
didn't say
weird.
he told me he was in a Speedo. Yes, they told me he was in a Speedo. Speaking of bathing suits. So, Bella, I don't think anyone else is in a Speedo. Who else is here?
Let's go over to the other woman now sitting in the participant seat that did an absolutely extraordinary job. Mariel, how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence today?
This is a very different and honoring experience. I truly enjoyed every moment. The feedback, listening to my co-participant and her needs, and the feedback, and just sharing the room with you guys. I really appreciate the time and the platform to express myself, my services, and be into that feedback. I appreciate that.
Oh, Mariel, I appreciate you. An outstanding job. And thank you for the work that you do for people. My uncle in 1998, 26 years ago, in a truck accident, lost his life. He was rear-ended by the tractor trailer about 6 minutes from where we're sitting. So I'm very present for the critical importance of your work and your heart and the mastery with which you perform today. So Mariel, thank you. And thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's go, Lorenzo. Phenomenal job in the feedback seat. And how was your time with us on AJ's South Florida Leaders Heart of Influence?
Thank you. Honestly, like everyone said, it's such a great group of people that AJ collected here. And honestly, I was like a student just trying to soak in as much information as I can. Like the role play was so masterful. The questions that were asked, the empathy that was given, the way Sean, the way you asked for, what's my word, like the way you asked for permission before going on to the next point. There were so many like really masterful things that was happening, and I was just like a child in a candy store, like trying to soak it all up and like keep it in my brain. So thank you for having me on the show. It's been my pleasure. It's been 100% very lovely. Thank you.
Awesome. Lorenzo, thank you. Beautiful feedback. Thanks for seeing us. Masterful communication, acknowledgement right there. Great job, Lorenzo. And thank you. Does that bring us to
It does.
Dude, outstanding job. This man is an impact player, as you all know, but he's also a hugely heart-centered human, bringing massive acceleration in his space and the space of anyone who touches it. So AJ Donaldson, thank you, sir, for today. And your final, AJ. Come on, brother.
Woo. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that, man. I even get choked up, when to be seen in that way. It means more to me than you may know, and even more than I can even articulate. I don't usually do this, but I just had to briefly say, quick acknowledgement to each and every one of the people that are actually on this call. Lorenzo, who we just started building a relationship, and this is a young man who isn't afraid to pick up a phone, to make a cold call, build relationship. This man is bold. He is brave.
Awesome.
This is exactly why I said, brother, you have to come on this call. We just had this conversation on Thursday. He is on the call on Monday. So phenomenal job. Eshe, again, I can't imagine, and I'm excited to see you sink your teeth into this formula, to see you soar and take off. And I know that your heart as a mom raising that child, this is for you. Like, I know that beyond a shadow of doubt. My big sister, Raquel, who really saw my mother's spirit in me the first time we ever met, the first time I ever met her, for her to be in Jamaica right now, channeling at a high level my mother, that spirit, as you sit dead center of my screen right now, when she reached out to me and said, AJ, I think it's time. I think it's time for me to step back in this unblinded space. And I said, sweetheart, you have no idea. You have no idea what's going on, what's happening. This is the time. Actualization is real. It is here. And I've stepped into the identity. Of course, Mariel, when we talk about as an educator, a lot of people going to school because of their passion, maybe discovering it later on. That's not the case when it comes to lawyers. You guys know exactly what you want to do as soon as you get in there, but you're not going to school to learn how to be an entrepreneur or a business person, right? You're having to learn that on the fly, and that's unfortunate. And the dynamics of a space like this, so you can grow your business like you've already done in an incredible way. You've done all this on your own, raising 2 boys, right?
Mm.
To then be able to take this to the next level and play the 11x game that we're playing. Because what does that game look like? When we lose, we're 8x. Oh my gosh, did we only 8x this year? That sucks. That's the game we're playing here, and I'm blinded at a high level. And my brother, Ron Crudo, who is already merged with the Epic Foundation that provides us in-kind services, who's helped me go from where I was to where I am, and piggybacking on what Sean Callaghan has created in the world, we have accelerated. If I'm wearing a Speedo, you're definitely wearing a G-string.
I like it. I like it.
Pants right now. But I love each and every one of you, and the way you've shown up today. Thank you. It means the world to me. You have no idea, because the whole thing for me is being able to pay it forward. That's the legacy. I can't hold on to this. I can't hoard this. I have to give it to my people. And this is how we grow our community together.
Absolutely.
Awesome job, AJ. Drop the mic, brother. Great job. And the impact you had on that school, I am sure, was profound and lasting. So thank you, AJ. We got a few gifts because of AJ. Our first gift is the ability to connect with more extraordinary people this Wednesday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern time. There's a link in the chat. If this resonated, which it seems like it did with everybody, you want to be there because we're going to deepen the training on influence. And then you're going to drop into groups. You're going to meet some other really cool people in your group. So it's 8 to 8:45 a.m. on Wednesday. We'll launch into the day. Definitely touch your hearts and minds in a big, big way. Second, we have a group influence book. What happens when the magic and fun of Robin Williams meets the aspirational visionary energy of Martin Luther King, the presence, the heart of Oprah Winfrey, and the certainty of people, I don't know, like Vince Lombardi, coaches driving things forward? What happens when you bring all 4 of those energies together? Well, you become a master of group influence, along with some other distinctions. That book will blow your mind. It'll put a flag in the ground and say, it is the greatest book on not only public speaking, but leadership and management you could ever possibly read, with exercising that very chapter. And it's our gift too for you. Third, because of AJ, a business acceleration session. This is where you will look at what you're doing and you will see every mechanism and way for that exponential expansion AJ just talked about. Those 3 gifts, Wednesday morning, the book and the business acceleration session. And I say this in final.
Wait, hold on, Sean. I'm channeling AG. Forgive me. Can I interrupt right there for a second?
Yes.
So I want everybody on this call to understand that this Heart of Influence, as impactful, and Sean, thank you for that, as impactful as this show was, this is a grain of sand on the beach of what I've been exposed to, a grain of sand on the beach. That Wednesday call, understand, and just to add a little distinction and clarification, Eshe, that was not the first time you ever heard mission, vision, purpose, because of the conversation I had with you leading up to the show, right? Yeah. We have the opportunity, I've had the opportunity to practice, to exercise this skill, reprogramming, disrupting that schooling that was in me in order to now make this my own, make it really show as my true authentic self. You cannot miss that Wednesday call because it's another example of being able to exercise this. They call it the dojo, literally exercising this with another, not just like-minded person, like the people in this room, but also like-hearted individuals. And that makes all the difference. Sean, thank you. I just had to make that mention.
No, thanks, brother. Without a shadow of a doubt. My final point was, if this resonated, why wouldn't you accept the business acceleration session? And if you do, and it isn't the best hour you've ever had in how to advance your business, your personal mission, tell us where a better hour came from, and we will promote that person on my social media. And there's no way that's happening. So that hour will blow your mind. All of those are free. The ability to have the BAS, the book, and the connection on Wednesday morning. So thank you for that. Bella Verita, your final on AJ Donaldson's Leaders of South Florida, Heart of Influence.
Well, first of all, AJ, I do want to let you know, I actually have a picture of him in a G-string, so I will send that to you, just so you have that for blackmail. But AJ show are always my favorite shows. I love Turning Them Red. Just phenomenal job bringing extraordinary people together. And definitely download the books. I always ask people after the show, did you download the book? They're like, no, I didn't get to it. So definitely download that and have that business acceleration session. Because if you could take one thing away, as AJ was saying, if you could take one thing away, like why would you not take that call? So definitely join us on Wednesday. And AJ, I'll get that picture over to you, and Sean, back to you.
Well, thank you for that, AJ and everybody for being here. Bill, for you did a fantastic job. And I end every show by saying this. I may be physically blind, which I am, can't see anything in front of me. But as the possibilities for acceleration that sit in front of all of us, for our financial abundance, our time freedom, our impact overall in the world, they so often sit right here, those acceleration dynamics. But at some level, Bill, Rita, AJ, Donaldson, at some level, everyone, we are all blind.
And just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Great job, AJ. Awesome. Thanks,
Great
everybody.
job.
Wonderful job, everybody.
you.
Bella, great
Bye-bye.
job.
Ron Eshe, Eshe Ron. Raquel.
Let's go.